Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Canisius College Education Fair 2022. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Adrian, and I will be moderating this session. And without any further ado, let's head straight to the presentation from the Study Zone and Trinity College, and also the University of Melbourne. And to Mr. Daniel, I'll give you the stage.
Okay, thanks, Adrian. Okay, everyone, good morning. My name is Daniel, and I'm from Study Zone, which is an official representative for both Trinity College and the University of Melbourne. So today, we have an amazing guest speaker, which name is Ben Waymeyer, which is the Senior Country Manager for Trinity College, and he will be presenting for us today. Ben has known Trinity for quite a while, and I believe that he's known Trinity more than anyone that I could ever think of. So, a little bit background of myself. I graduated from Canisius back in 2017, so I was a Canisius alumni. And same as you guys are doing at the moment, I was also participated in the Canisius Education Fair and listened to several presentations from other universities around the world. I reckon that sometimes choosing the right uni to study might be challenging and frustrating at the same time. So I believe that this education fair could help you to know all the information about other unis and have some insight about that, right? However, after tons of considerations and discussions and listening to all presentation from other unis, I then decided to go to the Melbourne Uni. You might be wondering why I chose Melbourne Uni, and you might have the answer after Ben has finished his presentation. Anywho, I strongly believe that you guys are all in the right track, right place, and I promise that this will be very helpful and intriguing. So, without any further ado, please enjoy the presentation, and Ben, please, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Daniel, and thank you, Mr. Adrian, for such a kind and warm welcome to the presentation for Canisius. I have known Canisius College for more than 17 years. Some of the best students who have come to Trinity College have come from Canisius before, a great school with great students. Well, let me tell you about Trinity College and the University of Melbourne, because, guys, this is the #1 university in Australia, ke satu Universitas di Australia, #1, and this is where you will start at Trinity College to get that special preparation for entering Melbourne University, developing all the skills that you need to do well at Melbourne University. So if anyone's been to Melbourne before, this is Melbourne right here. Okay, Melbourne, a fantastic city to live. This is Melbourne University campus right here, guys. All right, the #1 university in Australia. It's a beautiful campus right in the heart of Melbourne, right close to the city centre. And Trinity College is on the same campus right here. This is Trinity College here. This is where students come after they finish SMA Kelas 2 or SMA Kelas 3, grade 11 or 12, enter Trinity College to get the guaranteed entry into Melbourne University. That's right, Australia's #1 university. Now, this is special. Trinity College is inside the campus of Melbourne University. Right from day one, you're part of Melbourne University. Now, unlike other universities, other low-ranked universities in Australia, those other universities keep their college students very separated. For example, you know, Monash College way over here, okay, near the docks area. But Monash University, you would need to travel more than 1 hour outside the other side of the city, very far away. So those students doing their college program are not on the same campus. Trinity College students have the advantage. You're already part of Melbourne University right from day one when you're doing your foundation program. Melbourne University, #1 university in Australia, still #1, has been #1 for over 19 years now. We are currently ranked 33 in the world, okay? one of the world's best universities, 33 in the world, #1 in Australia. This is a fantastic place to study, guys. The graduates from Melbourne University, they're ranked #8 in the world for their employability. This means how competitive they are when they graduate from Melbourne University, 8th in the world. You can Google this, okay? It's easy to find on the internet. Just like look up the QS graduate employability ranking and you'll find it. 8th in the world. Our graduates are the best in Australia. They get the best jobs. They have the best careers because we're #1. So why study in Australia? Okay. Well, there's many reasons. Firstly, we're part of the Asia region. Okay, Australia is a Western country within the Asia region. Now, this is the most important area of the world at the moment. It's the part of the world that is growing economically strong. Australia has most of its connections and economic ties within this region. Okay, and that makes it a great place to come and study. We're a big country, but a very small population, only 26 million people living in Melbourne. It's safe and stable, and this is important. Guys, you can see what's happening around the world at the moment. Every time you turn your television on, you see what's happening in the USA, in America, okay, in Europe, some of the challenges that they face. Well, Australia is a safe and stable country to live and study. It's economically strong, which means for students who come and study at Melbourne University and Trinity College, lots of opportunities for the future, opportunities to stay and work, to start your career, to start your business, okay? And right next door to Indonesia, our closest neighbor. Melbourne continues to be the #1 city to live in Australia, okay? It's a fantastic city, a very dynamic city, always things happening in Melbourne, you know, exciting things. Ed Sheeran played in Melbourne not so long back. He played in the streets for free. Every week there's new stuff happening, concerts, art galleries. We've got the Picasso exhibition happening right at the moment. It's a great city to live. Good public transport system, excellent parks and gardens to explore, great areas where you can relax or go for a run or chill out. An excellent city to live, Melbourne, the #1 city in Australia. Now, Australia is, or I should say Melbourne is a multicultural city. This means there are people from all around the world living in Melbourne, including a very large Indonesian population in Melbourne. So when I feel like I'm missing Indonesia, I can eat at Nelayan restaurant, Salero Quito restaurant, another restaurant, Masakan Minang, Estela Tujuh Tujuh. Okay, for Indonesian students, Melbourne is the #1 city to come and study and to come and live. It's fantastic. So let's talk about what you can study in your undergraduate degree in Melbourne. Now, Melbourne University, you can study everything from medicine to law, engineering, psychology, media and communications. For your undergraduate degrees, these are some of your options, okay? The Bachelor of Arts. The Bachelor of Arts, there are 44 major areas of study, including things like media and communication, okay? Linguistics, psychology, international relations, criminology, there's law and justice, there's other areas like languages and sociology. This is the art school at Melbourne University. It's an excellent place to study, one of the lecture theatres for arts. Okay, looks more like a nightclub, doesn't it? Melbourne University has some excellent areas to study. The Bachelor of Science, there are 40 areas of study, including engineering systems, information technology. We are #1 in Australia for information technology, IT, and data science, #1 in Australia. Food science, biotechnology, all of the areas of science. The Bachelor of Biomedicine, okay, for students who want to go on and study medicine or medical sciences. We're #13 in the world for medicine. We are #1 in Australia for medicine and medical science. This girl here, she's from Bali, okay? She came to Trinity College and she studied so hard, she got a scholarship to study in the Bachelor of Biomedicine. Okay, an amazing student. She got a 50% scholarship. The Bachelor of Commerce for students who want to study business or commerce, accounting, finance. We're #1 in Australia for all of these areas of study. For accounting and finance, we're #16 in the world. Okay, one of the best places that you could possibly study business or commerce or these areas of study. Okay, that's the business school here. You'll be sitting in this lecture theatre. Okay, it's very cool, excellent facilities. That's the business school, #1 in Australia. Okay, and so it's not Monash, it's not UNSW, it's not even RMIT. Melbourne University for these areas of study is #1 in Australia, the best. The Bachelor of Design includes all areas of design like architecture, computing design, okay, digital technology and design, landscape architecture, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, graphic design. The School of Design is amazing, okay? This is inside the School of Design. My favorite part of the School of Design is this. Hanging right in the middle of the atrium, okay, right in the middle, hanging from the ceiling, there is this structure. There's actually 2 classrooms inside here. They're called the floating classrooms, believe it or not. If you're interested in studying in those areas of design, you'll be probably learning in a floating classroom. Pretty cool, huh? Melbourne University, an amazing place to study. A whole range of other bachelor degrees as well, which I won't list them all. So, why foundation studies? You've heard about it before. You might have even heard students say things like, oh, it's a waste of time, or I don't need it because I'm a good student. Well, guys, you need foundation studies, and there are many reasons why. First of all, in Indonesia, you study 12 years of school. And then for your bachelor degree in Indonesia, you study for 4 years, right? Well, in Australia, we have a different system. In Australia, we do 13 years of school, and then we do a 3-year bachelor degree because we follow a different system. It's the British system. So most students from Indonesia coming to Australia have studied 1 year less than Australian students. This is one reason why you need to do that foundation program. But there's some other reasons as well, and these are even more important because studying in SMR at Canisius does not equip you or give you all the skills that you need at university. Let me tell you, okay? Firstly, critical thinking skills, the ability to question, the ability to challenge ideas, the ability to sometimes disagree with the teacher. Now, in Indonesia, you sit behind your desk, you get your pen ready. When the teacher writes on the board, what does the student do? They copy everything down and then you memorize it because there's going to be a big exam. Unfortunately, you cannot survive university in Australia or America or England by doing simply just copying and memorizing. Critical thinking skills, you need to start thinking for yourself, understanding that there might be more than one way to learn about a topic. Academic writing skills. Ask yourself, students, when you get to university, you're going to be getting lots of assignments and essays and projects. Some of them will be 2,000 or 2,500 words. Have you ever written a 2,000-word essay in English before? There are different styles of writing that you must have. Argumentative writing, analytical writing, explorative writing, and researched style writing. Have you ever written in these styles before? Maybe 2,000 or 2,500 words? Probably not, because in SMR, you're not taught academic writing structure. That's what we'll teach you at Trinity College. And it's the reason why our students are the highest performing students at Melbourne University, because we teach them academic writing skills. Ask yourself, how are you going to survive university without these skills? Confidence and presentation skills. Okay, now I give many presentations in Indonesia. I give many classes at school in Indonesia. And sometimes I like to ask questions and I'll say, students, who can tell me the answer to this? And guess what I see? Students quickly hide. They don't want to answer. They're shy, malu, okay? When you get to university, you can't do this, guys. When you get to university, you must be confident. You have to use your voice, your expression, okay? You have to answer the question when you're asked because you're actually graded and scored on how much you participate. This is what we will prepare you with at Trinity College. Confidence, presentation skills, academic writing skills, how to think critically and how to research. Without these skills, guys, it doesn't matter what university you go to. If you don't have these skills, you're going to struggle, if not fail at university. This is why foundation studies at Trinity College is so important. Our students get the most amount of scholarships at Melbourne University. Okay, this year we had students from schools like Santa Ursula, St. Louis School in Surabaya, Santa Lawrencia, SMAC Satu, Sutomo in Medan. All of these students got 50% scholarships because they were academically strong. Many of the students get awarded scholarships to study at Melbourne University after studying at Trinity College. So this is when you can come to Trinity College. After grade 11 or grade 12, you can come to the standard program. It's for 10 months. It starts in August. We also have one in February. If you've already finished grade 11 or grade 12, you can come to the standard program for 10 months and get your guaranteed entry into Melbourne University. The standard program. You'll need good English, IELTS of 6. We have fast track programs. These are for students who have finished grade 12. Okay, they start in June or September. They're usually for 7 months and then straight into your bachelor degree at Melbourne University. Okay, these are the programs for you guys. You can apply with your first semester grades when you get them in January. Okay, and if you do have any questions, okay, you can ask them now, or I'm going to put my email address into the chat. Okay, I've got 5 minutes left. My clock says I've got 10 minutes left, but 5 minutes left, no problem. Here we go. My email address. Applying to Trinity College is free. You can apply with your first semester grades. Hang on, let me get my email address there. You can apply with your first semester grades when you get them in January. Okay. Or you can contact my colleague. This is my official representative in Indonesia, Daniel, okay, at Study Zone. Okay, these are the only guys who can help you out, guys, with your applications. Contact Study Zone. They are the experts in education. Okay, don't trust your application with other non-registered agents. Study Zone and Daniel will help you. Okay, guys, that is a snapshot of Trinity College and Melbourne University, the #1 university in Australia. Ask yourself, when you finish school, are you going to aim for the best? Are you going to set your goals high? Or are you happy with medium or low quality? I think students from Canisius, you're setting your goals high. You're aiming for the #1. Melbourne University continues to be the #1 university in Australia. We look forward to welcoming you there. And if you do have any questions, now's the time to ask them. I'm going to open the forum now to questions. Who's going to be brave enough to ask the first question, I wonder? Adrian, would you like to invite your students and parents, if they're there, if they would like to ask any questions?
Okay. First of all, thank you for the presentation, Mr. Ben. We got some question here. First question is, hello, I would like to ask if the foundation is counted as the first year at the University of Melbourne or is counted differently.
No, it's, let me quickly answer that, Adrian. It's not the first year. Students, remember, students in Indonesia have studied 12 years of school, and then in Indonesia, you do a 4-year bachelor. In Australia, we do 13 years of school, so our bachelor is 3 years. If you come to Trinity College, you'll do Trinity College and the 3-year bachelor. Unfortunately, guys, when you go to the #1 universities in the world, there's no shortcuts. We don't do tricky diploma programs where you only study 2 years at university. That's for other low-ranked universities. They do that. Shortcuts, that's for other universities with lower quality. At Melbourne University, we're only interested in students who are studying thorough degrees, proper degrees for a proper amount of time, no shortcuts.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ben. We got another question here. I would like also to ask if there is another type of entrance exam to get into the University of Melbourne or not.
No. So we base our entry on your report, SMA 2, SMA Kelas 2, SMA Kelas 3. You can use your school report. Okay, that will give you entry to Trinity College. Once you're in Trinity College, as long as you study hard, you'll get your guaranteed place at Melbourne University.
Okay. The next question is about getting a part-time job. Can we get one when we're studying in Australia?
Yeah, sure.
Student visa.
Yeah, so part-time jobs, of course, you can work. You can work 20 hours per week. Okay. Now, my advice, your focus when you come to Trinity College or Melbourne University, your focus is studying and making sure you're getting good grades. Okay. Once you're performing well in your bachelor degree, sure, you can get a part-time job. Okay. But always keep in mind that your focus and your priority is your bachelor degree studies.
Okay, so we're focusing on the studies, not the part-time job. Right?
You can do part-time job, but it's got to be part-time. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're failing at university, there's no point having a part-time job.
Okay, we got another question here about he's asking about, is the University of Melbourne a good choice if I were to choose to study in the field of psychology?
Yeah, it's #1 in Australia for psychology. Now, I know that because I studied psychology. That's my background, and I've had many jobs in this area in my career. Psychology at Melbourne University is #1 in Australia, currently number 13. 13 di dunia for psychology. Okay, it's amazing. All areas of psychology, from neurosciences, research-based psychology, social psychology, clinical psychology. Melbourne University, amazing, #1 in Australia.
Okay, maybe this is the last question. Does Trinity College provide dorms for international students?
Yeah, sure. We've got lots of different accommodation options. Depends if you want to share with someone or you want your own studio room, if you want meals provided. We've got lots of different options. The best way to find out, contact Daniel at Study Zone. They know all of the different accommodation. In fact, they're the ones who will book it for you and negotiate the fee and the price and help you with the visa. These are the guys who will help book it. Okay. So is that the last question, Mr. Adrian?
Yes, unfortunately, we're running out of time.
I've got 3 minutes left, have I?
Yeah, actually, I would like to give you a chance to give a closing statement for the session ends. So,
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what I'd like to say is simply this, okay, for those students who are in grade 12 and also grade 11 at the moment, now is the time to start planning for your future. As you see today, Melbourne University, the #1 university in Australia, this is the top one in Australia, one of the best in the world, okay, for all areas of study. Carnesius also is a top school. It is an amazing school with amazing students. Set your goals high, keep studying hard, and I'm sure some of you will end up coming through Trinity College and the University of Melbourne, and it will set you up for your career because our graduates are ranked 8th worldwide. If you want more information, I'll put my email address into the chat. Daniel, have you got some last comments? My colleague who is in Jakarta right at the moment.
Yep. So it was an amazing presentation, Ben. Thank you very much. And so we basically sent out the Google form for you guys to fill in the chat box. So make sure to fill in that Google form, and we'll send you updates on anything regarding the Trinity College, as well as the University of Melbourne. Anything related to the programs, any updates for scholarships, or anything. So make sure to fill in that Google form, all right?
Okay, Daniel, put it in now so that they can get it into the chat. And guys, I will be back in Indonesia probably late November, early December, and also in January. Okay, I'll be back there. I'll be back in Jakarta. If you would like to come and meet me for a chat to plan out your future, please get in contact with Study Zone, or there's my email address. Daniel, have you posted the link yet?
Yep, I did. Yep.
Suda. Excellent. Well, Adrian, I'd like, on behalf of Trinity College and my colleagues at Study Zone, thank you very much for this opportunity. Great students at Carnesius, and I wish them all the best. And I will say, sampai jumpa, see you in Jakarta, and all the best. Bye for now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ben. Okay, now I'm going to close this session, but before that, I want to remind everyone here that if you want to learn more about Trinity College or University of Melbourne, then you can check our virtual booth in the Canisius Education Fair. And also you can check the Canisius Education Fair website and also the Trinity College website. There you will find links that will give you more detailed information. And this event is also sponsored by Astra Insurance, DCA, BizNet, Premier Bintaro Hospital, Starbus, Gabungan Pengusaha Kelapa Sawit Indonesia, PT Kurnia Mitra Duta Sentosa, Gramedia, Kompas.com, Sonora, See Today, Liputan 6.